Today I effed up by performing the Major Tom technique, and now I think I'm going to be disowned and mission debriefing after the Major Tom technique. By user Lemmus. From the Today I effed up subreddit. If you aren't familiar with the Major Tom, it's because it's a thing I, hopefully, came up with. It's a form of autoerotic asphyxiation by using gravity. Basically, you jack off normally, but before you nut, you squat down as low as you can to the ground and breathe short shallow breaths while still whacking it. This part is called getting in the shuttle. As you nut, you jump up from that squatting position as fast as you possibly effing can and hold your breath. This is considered takeoff. If performed correctly, you should become very lightheaded and experience pure bliss due to the orgasm from your cock rocket. This is called being in space due to the fact you feel like you are floating. This is a technique that should be performed only by professionals, in a controlled environment. I, however, am not a professional despite creating the technique. You see, by hyperventilating and jumping up, you are literally cutting your brain off from oxygen. No oxygen equals no consciousness. When I took off I effing jumped up at Mach 50 and must have ripped a effing hole in the goddamn space-time continuum. Because the next thing I know I was laying on the ground with my dick out, covered in space juices from my trip around the sun. Before I could even pick myself up off the ground, my mom rushed into my room to see if I was okay. She heard my re-entry. This part is called disappointing your mother. You can just imagine the scene she walked into. She stared at me with a mix of disgust, anger, and again, disappointment. I stared back with what I thought was confidence, like I was Buzz Aldrin and just got back from the moon. But thinking back on it, it was probably embarrassment while I was desperately trying to put my spaceplane back in the hangar while getting on my feet as quickly as possible, and due to the fact, she's never caught me before. At least not to my knowledge. She ended up closing the door and stomping her way back to the living room, presumably to watch more Judge Judy, and to take her mind off of what she just effing witnessed, or consider disowning me. I cleaned myself up, taking off my spacesuit and putting civilian clothing on. Somehow none of the rocket fuel managed to get in the carpet, just my clothes, and I managed to not even injure myself in the crash. I'm currently writing this in my room right now, and I don't plan on leaving it anytime soon until I can think of what to say to her. If there is anything to say at all. Too long, didn't read, tried a new experimental masturbatory technique, ended up passing out, mom caught me with my pants down, and now I'm stuck in my room. Planet Earth is blue and there's nothing I can do. Edit, only do this if you have a safe place to land if you fall. It is extremely easy to hit your head and die. Edit 2, I posted an update. You can read it here. Mission debriefing after the Major Tom technique. If you didn't read the first post, you can find it here. So I eventually left my room and went to go apologize to my mom for seeing me like that yesterday. She kinda cut me off and just told me the normal, it's natural for boys to be doing what you were doing. There's nothing to be ashamed about. Do it in the bathroom since you don't have a lock on your door, etc. She then asked me why I was on the ground, so I told her I fell off my bed mid-nut. Which is something I never thought I would say to her. It seems like my mission debriefing with Mission Control was a success. She was not aware of my space flight. I don't think I'm going to be living this one down anytime soon. I'm gonna have to be more careful, and wait for her to not be home before going on future space endeavors. Thank you all for the awards, by the way. I'm glad my embarrassing masturbatory story made some people laugh. Your golds, silvers, and platinums will be melted down and used as funding for more space missions. Good luck future cadets, and stay safe out there in the cosmos. Dick Harris, out. Too long, didn't read. I apologize to my mom. She told me to do it in the bathroom instead, unaware of the launch. For more stories of embarrassment and messing up, join the r/TIFU subreddit. For more hand-picked and ripped stories, subscribe here.